It is a sunny afternoon here in the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. Welcome everybody back to yet another PFL weekend. We're about to have match number 36 of this season.
And cons when it comes to that, of course the pros is they do know how these two teams will lead given the information that they do have.
Player, so I did mention he has appearances for the Philippine men's national team. Specifically, he has 10 for this match as kickoff is here. And it's one TAGUIG to start things off.
Mendiola, they are able to hold their ground, keep it compact, and clearance still is on point so far.
Oh, here's a Giemang with time and space. One TAGUIG once again. So Oma. Hartman. Still Hartman goes to Aldeguer. Has a man outside. Will the cross come in? Cross comes first time. It's straight to Etheridge and a collision between Casemiro and Etheridge, and I think for a moment there the ball could have gone anywhere. One TAGUIG player, it's non-stop from one TAGUIG. Giemang with space, looks for Hiraishi. It's gonna drop to Hiraishi, and it goes just wide. I think it was a save by Etheridge. If you are in a maroon shirt though, you might be concerned with how easily one TAGUIG get those second balls after the clearances. Here's Bias. Cross, looking for Aldeguer. Is this the opener? It is! Andres Aldeguer, 20 minutes in with the flicked header. And it beats Jackson Etheridge. 1-0 to one TAGUIG, and I must say it has been coming so far in these opening 20 minutes.
I'd have to agree, Diego. And with that cross...
And it's once again with Hartman. Hartman going unchallenged. Finds the goal scorer, Aldeguer, finds a Giemang and Hiraishi, and it's 2-0. And in 2 minutes, the scoreline has been doubled. And you must say, it has been coming for the past 20 minutes or so. And it's Hiraishi to make it 2-0. Aldeguer, more good work from the young forward. As we see the quad vision replay, a Giemang. You do wonder where the source of points will come from if they are to come.
That's true, and as you see on your screens, Captain Balut Doctora was actually asking for the ball for a direct.
Oh, here's Aldeguer with time and space once again for his second goal. He gets it into the near post, and just like that, it's 3-0. Aldeguer making it look easy, to be completely honest, but just under 30 minutes, and it's now 3-0 to one TAGUIG FC, and they Hartman with the delivery. It's into the danger zone. Akoto! And it's now 4-0. And it's that combination again that worked against Kaya to make it 4-0. Mark Hartman with the spot on delivery, and that signals the water break. Here's Hartman down the wing. Finds Hiraishi. Oh, it's a really loose ball. A Giemang, goalkeeper in no man's land.
Such a dangerous situation. The keeper out. Last man is their defense.
Hiraishi with the open goal, and the goalkeeper nowhere near his goal line. So any shot on target would have found the back of the net. And there you have it. It's now 5-0 right before halftime. Hiraishi's second goal. The fact that he's conceded 5 goals, has made a lot of saves. Here are the halftime stats, and they tell you the story.
The second half, they can be fatigued, and you'll have to take into account their...
Needed yet in this second half. It is a little bit of damage control, but that's what they need at the moment, because such was the first half that they kept conceding chance after chance. Here's Hiraishi though with space, goes for the cross, looking for Casemiro. Is this his goal? He finally gets his goal. 6-0 to one TAGUIG FC, and this time it's the Brazilian who scored last week against Maharlika. He gets another goal this week against Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and Hartman with the cross, met by Akoto. Second goal for Akoto in this match. It's the same combination from his first goal. Hartman set piece, and the center back makes no mistake from that range, and it's now 7-0. And once again, from a set piece, the first contact was a one TAGUIG player.
Up top when he would give it to his fellow forwards, because they do have a better angle during those situations.
Bias definitely want a goal for himself. Bias might get that goal, And it's 8-0 to 1 Taguig FC. Brilliant combination there from Bias and the substitute in Yusuf to make it 8. Bias with his weaker left foot. No problem for him because he finds the opposite corner. Again, Hartman showing why he's the captain for this team. Provided a lot of chances to his players. Here's Lim. Lim, will he get his goal? He does. 9-0. And we were talking about how talented he was. There was a flash of that ridiculous talent from the substitute. Too much power for Etheridge to deal with. And it's now 9-0 in favor of 1 Taguig FC. Alex, take us through this goal. There you have it. It is the full-time whistle from referee John Mike Basinang. 9-0 in favor of 1 Taguig FC. They score 9, but they also keep that clean sheet.
Mindset from Coach Ernie. Talagang scrap everything off.
Take a look at the first 11 of every single game. It's been the same 11 for the last 3 outings.
And with that, kickoff starts. Right now, it is in possession of Tuloy. To get across, bit of 1-2 action. Making the defense of Stallion work. There goes that cross, but easily collected. Press coming from Stallion. And if they keep this up, their chances of scoring is higher, and there goes that cross, but Kedman, and a close one. Stallion going for that corner. This time headed towards the second post. Cleared away by the keeper, but it's still inside. There goes the box, and a touch by Antilo.
Stallion doing so well in the transition from attack back to defense to winning it back.
There goes Antilo again. Kedman with the ball inside the box. Lots of bodies, takes the shot, but great positioning by the players of Tuloy, but there goes that pressure. And a long shot.
It was Pride who won it back.
Oh, but right now, that's a chance for Stallion. Stallion being very patient right now. Just switching the play, looking for each other's teammates. Gets that cross, Antilio clears it away.
0-4.
And what a save by Antilio. Back again, across. Antilio reaches for it.
Bring that ball around, able to bring it to the attacking third. No clear-cut chances.
Cross inside and a close call. Gives it to Sandra. Now to Vasquez. And an attempt. And straight to Kedman. No offside. Across. A bit too strong. Out goes Antilio, but collected.
Longest serving Stallion Laguna player. It's been with the team.
And a beautiful direct ball there. Easy collected. And an attempt. And you can hear
will really frustrate Stallion Laguna even more.
Chance for Tuloy. Ivanovsky switches the play, gives it to Kedman. Kedman to Sandra. Kedman again. Inside the box, attempt, and Antilio! To Halike. To Diaz. Cuts, tries to make that attempt. And a chance Tuloy finds themselves inside the box. Lots of pink bodies, but they still try to make that attempt. Cleared away. Gamboa with that cheeky pass. Nunez. They're still inside the box. Chance for them. And there goes that left.
Both teams want to get that lead before the break.
Ivanovsky, tiki-taka action. He has space. Goes for that attempt. Decides to go 1-on-1. And a slip happens, but no call from the ref. That Ivanovsky and Kedman have been trying to do in that first half, and let's hope.
Good cut-out pass there by Macmillan to lead on the quick counter-attack.
Diallo goes in. They're inside the box.
That's the opening goal for Stallion Laguna, left-hand side. That pass there to Tariq Shihab. Using his physicality, beating out the defender, getting a shot in the near post. Antilio got a touch to it, but not enough.
Capistrano going down the line. But Macmillan gives it there. Galeana crosses, gets past, and it hits the post. When it comes to the possession, Tuloy has it. But to win this game, you need those goals. Again, they're inside that box and makes that attempt, but it sails above the goal.
Doubled up defensively there.
Ivanovsky inside, passes it to the middle. Just in the nick of time, they go for that attempt, but
The players to send it back. A giveaway here, and Stallion again on the attack.
Macmillan crosses it. They're inside the box. And with that one touch, it marks another goal for Stallion Laguna.
Stallion Laguna just punishing Tuloy with an error. They win back possession in the attacking third, catch them on the break. That was good work from Macmillan, sending it right behind the defensive line. And great work from Cham, who takes it first time. Second goal for Stallion Laguna.
A win to solidify the top spot or to play spoilers in the championship table of your Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. This is Jamer De La Cruz once again on call with Jed Diamante. Out here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium, we have Valenzuela PB Mendiola going up against TAGUIG FC. We've had a decent first game here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium between Manila Digger and Don Bosco Garelli, finishing at 6-2. We have another game from the opposite sides of the league standings. Medyo bumaba yung temperature natin compared to earlier at 3 p.m. kickoff, Jed.
Buti naman, no? And kahit na mababa yung temperature, siguro tingnan natin gaano kainit yung laban mamaya. Considering that these are coming from both ends, as you mentioned, of the table, we'll see how, TAGUIG will keep how they will solidify their top spot in the table, and how Mendiola will eventually try to get more points out of the leaders in the season.
You see the gulf in class between these two sides. TAGUIG FC with 14 games played, 39 points, compared to Valenzuela PB, who's already played 16 games in the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season, but has only earned 4 points so far. They will be using that draw against Tuloy FC last time around in a 1-1 showing on the midweek, but they have a tall order in front of them because they have the league leaders, TAGUIG FC. We've talked about them only playing 14 games, so if the field is level amongst the top 4 in the standings, you could be seeing them having quite an advantage, like 6 points or so at the top of the standings. What do you make of the championship rounds that we do have right now for TAGUIG?
As you mentioned, 14 matches out of the 20. They still have a few matches, not just for One Taguig, but also the other front runners in this season. So anything can still happen. Each match is still important. The 3 points are still important. So One Taguig will still want to keep their lead, solidify again their position at the top of the table. So this match, kahit na, even if it's from the other ends of the table, they still need those points.
Well, on the other side, you have Valenzuela, PB, Mendiola. You want them to just try to shake things up at the bottom half of the standings. They already know their fate. They already understand what's going on around their team. The problem is they still haven't found the solutions. And with their game against Tuloy FC last time around, they were actually leading since minute 38, courtesy of Johan Embida's opening score. But it was canceled out by Cyril Saud on the 70th. And they were almost on the verge of losing those precious points against Tuloy FC. Do you think continuity is what Venezuela PB Mendiola needs in this game against One Taguig?
Aside from continuity, I think they need more shift towards ano pa kayang pwede natin gawin, because it doesn't have to be necessarily a drastic shift na paano kaya natin mapapanalo to, because again, aside from what the league standings show, those small incremental improvements can eventually, maybe not this season, but in the next few seasons, affect yung total na impact nila dito sa kanilang team.
Here's the starting lineups for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. You have Ali Puralayar having a tall order in front of him with the hot streaking One Taguig FC, who's had plenty of goals scored in the tournament. You also have Victor Felicia, Reggie Sulit, Salar Nezamika Kojabad, Demes Nico Aranas, John Tirado, and then you have Peremoy Divine Ugwa Faku, Jay Sean Soberano, the team captain, Donatus Obi, and Amir Mohammed Azad Nuran, and Johan Embida, the goal scorer from last time around, making Coach Jake Kwaikong's squad. But one thing that we're going to look out for is Ali Puralayar. We mentioned that One Taguig FC has been on a tear the entire season. They've scored 66 goals in the entire Philippines Football League season, conceded 3, so they are the plus 63 in terms of goal difference. Do you think it's a matter of damage limitation for Valenzuela PB Mendiola's goalkeeper?
Maybe it won't be, the momentum might not come from the field, but maybe from between the sticks, no? So if maybe he shows na kaya natin to, we can keep them at bay, then that might give the boost, no, for the rest of the team to continue pushing and try to keep the opposition at bay at the very least.
Well, the offense will start at the back whenever there's a goal kick, and Ali Puralayar is going to be the one to rely on for the entire Valenzuela PB Mendiola side. Now, if we look into One Taguig FC, like what we said, a hot streaking team. There are 13 wins, only 1 loss in the entire season so far. They are at the top of the standings. They've had decent games in the past. They're coming off a 2-1 win against Stallion Laguna FC, which is a tightly contested game, by the way. If not for the late dagger at the first half from Andres Aldeguer. So do you think they could continue their momentum here against Valenzuela PB?
Definitely, they have the quality, they have the players, they have the system, but they can't play safe, no? Kasi again, a lot of the front runners in this season still have a lot of games to play, so each match still counts as very crucial or important for every team, lalo na sa One Taguig, who's sitting at the top right now.
One Taguig FC really on a tear. The last time they lost was against Manila Digger FC in September of last year. As we take a look at the starting lineups, Henry Bandegenfong starts in between the sticks. A chance for him to, fight for the #1 spot. And One Taguig FC, as Milos Kupic has had plenty of time between the goals for One Taguig. You have Omay So operating in midfield, Marvin Breseño on defense. You also have Goldison up front, Oli Bias and Ichiro Aoki. You also have Ryan Lim, young guns for One Taguig FC, and Diego Aspiras, as well as Steven and Mahmoud Ali. But the one player that we're looking out for out here is their team captain, jersey number 29, Patrick Reichelt. Age is just a number for Kiki Reichelt. He's been on a decent form here, and the Philippines Football League is actually second in the goal scoring tally so far with 16 goals for the tournament, just 6 goals behind Finn McDaniel. So with the age, the knowledge and the mindset of Patrick Reichelt, and he's blended in with the young guns for One Taguig. How do you see that playing out for One Taguig this game against Valenzuela PB Mendiola?
Aside from what we see is goal scorer standings as one of the top, no, he can bring his experience, especially to the young guns of this team. Maybe he's given the opportunity to be a leader, having a bigger responsibility, not just on the field but off it. But we see that he's still very dangerous in front of the goal, having all of those goal scoring tallies coming into this game.
Well, from the leader on the field with Patrick Reichelt, we'll listen in to the leader off the pitch with Coach Arvin J. Soliman of One Taguig FC.
For today's match, we expect we can get the 3 points against Mendiola. So, and also I'm always telling the players na hindi kami dapat mag-drop ng points. So every game is very important, and we need to get the 3 points in the end of the day.
The mission is clear for Coach Arvin J. Suleiman. We don't have to drop points. We're on the cusp of finishing the second round at the top of the standings, and 3 points is what's important for One Taguig FC. If all things go to plan for Coach Arvin J. Suleiman, we're looking for One Taguig to be extending their winning streak out here.
But nevertheless, no, the ball is round. Anything can happen, as we saw in the previous match. First half ended with a 2-3 scoreline between Don Bosco Garelli and Manila Digger, so anything can happen in this match as well, as we wait for the match to commence between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and One Taguig FC.
Well, it's going to be an intense battle inside the pitch, but we go to the dugouts for the pre-match ceremonies between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and One Taguig FC.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let us welcome the teams of Valenzuela PB Mendiola Football Club and One Taguig Football Club.
Valenzuela PB Mendiola against One Taguig FC, second time around in your Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. Ali Puralayar will have a tall order in front of him with the hottest goal-scoring team in the Philippines Football League. Will be in front of him in the entire match. Reggie Sulit, Victor Felicia Salar, Kojabad, Demnes Aranas, John Tirado, Peremoe, Uga Faku, J. Sean Soberano, Donatos Obi, and Amir Azad Nuran, as well as Johan Embida completing the starting 11 for Coach Jay Kuaikong. And for the other side with One Taguig FC, the team captain out there, Patrick Reichel, leading the line for One Taguig FC. Henry Batekenfong is in between the sticks. We have our referees, Jesus Abogado, in the middle of the park, assisted by Paul Galicia and Jaicelia Maydiong, or rather Ryan Flores. Our fourth official is Jaicelia Maydiong, and our match commissioner is Paula Cervantes. Another look at One Taguig FC on how they're shaping up. 4-2-3-1 formation for Coach Arvin J. Suliman. Henry Batekenfong, after quite a while on the bench, finally starting once again for Coach Arvin J. Suliman. We have Marvin Briseño Omaeso, Goldison Casimiro, Oliver Bias, Ichiro Aoki, the team captain Patrick Reichel, Ryan Lim, Diego Aspiras, Stephen Alm, and Mahmoud Ali, building up the 11 on the field for One Taguig FC. Plenty of talents as well on the bench for Coach Arvin J. Suliman. You have Milos Kupic, who's had plenty of clean sheets in the tournament. Marcus Haber, a former national team player of Canada. Andres Aldeguer, the goal scorer of the winning goal against Stallion Laguna FC last time out. Hamed Hajimari, who used to play for Valenzuela PB Mendiola in the last 6 years of the Philippines Football League. The players are all set. Valenzuela PB Mendiola wearing their traditional red and black kits. One Taguig FC with their blue and yellow, a gradient of orange and yellow, starting from right to left out here. Of course, you'd expect Patrick Reichel, the tip of the spear, to kick things off here in the second game of the Saturday triple header between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and One Taguig FC. We're hoping that this is going to be similar or quite similar to the first game, where we've had an eventful first 45 minutes between Don Bosco Garela United and Manila Digger FC before they took off in the second half and won 6-2. Valenzuela will be hoping not to do the same mistakes they've done in the first round, as it's offside for Ryan Lim.
It's a much cooler start of the game this time around, no? So kailangan agad magpainit ng mga players.
Interesting mix of players out here for One Taguig FC, giving the young guns the chance to show what they've got. You have Diego Aspiras, you have Oli Bias, Ryan Lim. Young players out here on the side of One Taguig FC looking to give the 3 points to Coach Arvin J. Suliman, as we have a throw-in in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Short one taken for Reggie Sulit, who goes down. Play goes to the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola once again. Throw it to the back. Long ball forward looking for Obi. Van Degenfong holds on to that ball. Stephen Ham is back up to his feet. Ryan Lim with the first touches back to Oli Bias, who's been playing really well on that left wing back role for Coach Arvin J. Suliman. You see Ryan Lim moving forward right away. That's the second time he's been caught by the offside flag, Jed.
Looks like they are trying to capitalize this left side, no? But we noticed the balanced formation of One Taguig with 4-2-3-1. They are not too much attacking, not too much defending. They have those 3 midfielders that can also push up and load, or that can also be pulled down to get back on defense. So they are trying to be disciplined with their formation. On the other hand, Valenzuela, PB, Mendiola starting with a 4-5-1, or seemingly when it started during kickoff, I saw 5-4-1. So maybe they are expecting to be a little bit more defensive this time around against the forerunner in this season.
They're putting up that Mendiola wall in front of them. And that kind of formation, question is how long it's going to take before that wall goes down. With the quality of one Taguig FC, you'd expect that it's going to come down in the early goings as Omaiso moves forward. Great pass to the side for Ryan Lim, who's taking on the number 32, Jay-Sean Soberano, the team captain. Azad Nuran unable to get past Omaiso. Goes back to Stephen Alm. Now Aspiras couldn't find the diagonal pass. Long ball forward looking for Azad Nuran, but he was quite early and the pass is going to the other side.
Let's see how one Taguig mixes it up. Now goes for the right side.
Almost a good ball from Omaiso towards Ichiro Aoki. Ichiro gets to the ball now, who's guarded by Tirado. Ichiro tackled well by the number 14, Felicia. Now trying to move forward. Olivias with the interception. Goldeson, Casemiro moving forward for one Taguig. Gets past one. Threads the ball to the left side for Ryan Lim with a short cross. Goldeson with a strike. There is a touch from Goldeson and it's out for a goal kick.
One Taguig seemingly favors this left side, trying to bring the ball all the way to Ryan Lim. Maybe for crosses, high or low, but it seems to be their initial tactic on how to down.
Puralayar with a short goal kick, not his intention, as one Taguig now moving on. The Goldeson waits for that ball. Right shield taken down by the number 99 Mbida, but the play continues for one Taguig. Not anymore as the foul is committed by Aspiras.
Too many collisions in that sequence, but the whistle was just blown. Last one. Do we expect Jamer a little bit more physical game?
It is it from Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. They've been very fickle in their feet, but with the standings that we have in the Philippines Football League for their side, it seems like physicality is what they are known for, and that's the only thing that they're showing for so far. Of course, they have plenty of time against the league leaders, nonetheless, to prove that they are just more than physicality. Omaiso threads the ball to number 41, Aspiras. Ichiro will not chase that anymore as he knows he's offside.
You know, with this 4-2-3-1 formation, it can turn into 4-1-4-1 if that midfield drops back. He has two midfielders in front of him, two wingers that can push out, so they have a lot of options. Even they will be running, looking for those spaces behind the Mendiola wall. I think that's how they will try to, you know, get that first goal and look for those opportunities.
Early goings here between Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and one Taguig FC. Sabi nga nila, it's all in the body language sometimes. And with one Taguig moving forward just like this with right shield, you could really feel that they're not taking their foot off the gas pedal. They're just full throttle as they know that they're still a few games behind. They're 3 games behind the defending champions, Kai FC Iloilo, but even so, they already have a 4-point advantage at the top of the table. So if they continue with full steam ahead, they could be leading more at the end of the second round, and that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, and again, no points are should be dropped, as their coach mentioned. They are looking towards getting those 3 points in this game. but they have yet to score that first goal if they want to take that win.
Since they've lost to Manila Digger FC last year, they've been on a tear and on an 11-game winning streak. It goes to show that they are the new contenders for the title as they move forward with Ichiro on the right side, but good coverage as well by Uguafaku, who now clears it out for a corner.
Ichiro gets the timing well to avoid that offside trap. Just gives that burst of sprint just at the right time, just at the right moment.
So Omaiso will be the designated corner taker on that right side. Expecting an in-swinger here. You have Goldison to aim at in the middle of the field. Toralayar got entangled with TAGUIG FC. So it's going to be a free kick in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Showing his dominance between the sticks right at the start of the game.
8 minutes gone by in the first half so far. Valenzuela PB Mendiola holding off well. But same time, or August 11th of last year, they conceded their first goal of the game after 21 minutes. So it's kind of a testing ground right now for TAGUIG. Interception by Aspiras. Forward pass for Patrick Reichel, who's on the counter. Toralayar with a save and great coverage as well by his teammate. Pressure stays on for TAGUIG as Stephen Hum gets the clearance from Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Omaiso takes it back and calming things down with Marvin Briseño.
Trying to look for the gaps between the players. But it seems that Mendiola is holding pretty well thus far, no? 10 minutes in.
That's also a danger for them. It's 10 minutes in. Patrick Reichel already exploited that pocket of space in the middle of the field. Goldison. Back they go to Olibias. 1-2 passing. Finding Reichel, but unable to do so. Soberano clears it out. Kafaku goes down, but play continues. And last touch goes to TAGUIG FC.
It seems that Mendiola is not going for the man, but they are trying to mark the spaces that the TAGUIG can exploit. But TAGUIG is just too quick and very decisive and precise with their passes that it seems that they can be broken down.
Victor Felicia with the clearance. One of the remnants of Manila Monte from that expansion season of the Philippines Football League. I think he's the only player left from that squad who's still actively playing in the Philippines Football League. Aspiras to Omaiso. Need to thread the needle but unable to do so. Now counter-attack for Valenzuela PB Mendiola on that left side. Omaiso covering well. They still have possession here. On the turn is Reggie Sulit. Now counter-attack for TAGUIG. Thwarted right away. Soberano to start the attacking phase for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They send it forward but unable to find the pass. Aspiras wins the header out. Long ball forward. Good coverage again by Agafaku for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
TAGUIG has been losing the ball quite a bit in the middle. Not being able to effectively transition between the middle and the attacking side. But there's an opportunity by Valenzuela PB Mendiola on the other end.
Obi unable to find anybody inside the box, but almost got the deflection from Olibias to threaten Henry Bandek and Flong. A couple of fans here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium got up to their feet as it was almost a goal-scoring threat for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And why wouldn't they? Because it rarely comes for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and when it does, they have to make use of it. Soberano with the clearance. They take it back to Puralayar. There goes down, play continues. Intercepted once more by Felicia. Now Soberano looking for the next pass as the team captain finds Obi on the right side. Azad Nuran looking for the run but not given. Now they take it back to Peremoe. Soberano. Sulit on the turn. Good pass to the number 77, Azad Nuran. Obi. Back they go to Jason Soberano. Azad Nuran with the forward pass. Stephen Hum with the coverage. Olivias goes down, but only a throw-in in favor of Taguig FC.
Valenzuela PB Menjola looks quite comfortable holding the ball in the middle. They are able to get those combinations in, even bring the ball up to the attacking third. So I think there's something in Taguig that has to be adjusted in terms of defense if Menjola can easily go through.
Seems like the story of the day so far. The teams in the bottom half of the table trying to find those gaps, exploit the pockets of space in defense earlier on. Don Bosco trying to find Manila Digger on the counter-attack. This time around, it's the pocket of spaces that is being exploited by Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Puralayar is out of his line. Dangerous moments out here. But now, moving forward is Taguig after Goldison takes the ball away from Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Pass to the left side for the number 31, Ryan Lim. Back to Goldison, unable to connect. Omaeso cleans it up for Olivias.
Taguig has to be a little bit more clinical in their passing, a little bit more decisive transition from the middle to the attacking third. They have not shown an actual threat 15 minutes
after a mistake from the defense of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Looks like Olivias is going to be taking this one for Taguig. You still have the time to make it to Rizal Memorial Stadium. We still have one more game tonight. We have Stallion Laguna FC taking on Tuloy FC at 8:30. As well as another game tomorrow. We have Dynamic Herb Cebu FC hosting Aguilas Yumac FC at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. So that's another fixture to watch out for this weekend.
So far, the pace of this game has been slightly slower than anticipated. But still, Taguig has been knocking on the door. Patrick Reichel still bringing that threat in the attacking third.
Being pressured on. Great defense shown by the number 29, Peremoe. As difficult as his name sounds, that's how difficult he's making it for Patrick Reichelt in this game.
Not giving him any space or time to maneuver the ball. Very compact Menjola in the first minute so far, right at their defensive end.
Seems like there's a foul against Valenzuela PB Mendiola after a tackle on Goldison. So too much physicality coming from Peremoe Ogwa Faku. Now goes to the side of Taguig for a free kick. First real threat coming from the league leaders out here to get that opening goal.
They have now a clear opportunity to open up the scoreline.
Goldison to be taking this free kick. Their designated free kick taker Mark Hartman is on the bench resting for one Taguig. So it's between Steven and Goldison to take this free kick. One Taguig shaping up for the free kick now. Goldson takes it straight to the gloves, and what a save that is as well from Ali Puralayar. First real test, and he passed that with flying colors for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
We've been saying from the very beginning of this game that he has a big task, a big responsibility during this game, and he passed the first test so far. Let's see what this one Taguig corner can offer us. A while ago they tried to hit the second post. Let's see if they adjust this time around.
So corner for one Taguig, taken by Oli Bias, the far post. But again, Ali Puralayar is alert to the possibility and punches that away, and might just allow Valenzuela PB to go on the counter. But they're not going to be able to do so, as they have themselves a throw in once again for one Taguig.
One Taguig tries to reset, tries to reshuffle the attack, trying to look for those gaps in between Mendiola's defense.
Goldison in the middle. Good pass from Oli Bias, not connecting that time with Ichiro. Mendiola on this left flank, still finding those pockets of space. They have the entire game to do so, as plenty of the squads in the Philippines Football League has been trying to do against one Taguig, but so far in 11 games, nobody has broken through those gaps yet. Steven switching the play to the left side with the number 31, Ryan Lim. Aspiras. On the turn is Casimiro. Through ball that was supposedly for Raichel, who stopped his run. I'm not sure if he was offside in that position, but nonetheless, the team captain stopped, and so does the attack of one Taguig.
Whenever Taguig has the ball in the middle, you have at least two runners moving on both sides of the pitch, even centrally in Raichel. So they have options who are moving forward, not quite sure if they have options waiting in the middle in case the defenders follow those runners.
Mendiola now on the counter with Obi on the right side, looking for the pass on the number 77, Azad Nuran. Keeping the ball in play for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Obi takes it back to Soberano. Long ball now, looking for Sulit. Henry Bandegan Fong is alert and gets the ball away.
This is how Mendiola tries to break down the defense of one Taguig, looking for those gaps behind the defenders. They know they have runners on top. Let's see how if this strategy plays out well for them.
Aspiras takes it back to Oli Bias. Patrick Raichel back to Oli Bias, who's on the run. Unable to get that through ball on the left side for Ryan Lim. Still with Raichel though. Switches the play to the right side for the number 14, Briseño. Raichel with the cross. Goldison brings it down. Aspiras, opportunity inside the box, goes down. No foul called. Throw in for one Taguig.
What a delivery, and Goldison was very generous to his teammate. Instead of taking the shot himself, tries to give it to Aspiras for the clearer shot, but the first touch was just not there. It's a quite erratic. The defender of Mendiola was just there to poke it out. Another opportunity for them.
Chance gone begging for Aspiras there on the counter. He has the touch, brings it down for Briseño. On the turn, Aspiras, great control, keeping the ball away from 3 defenders. And now they were able to switch the play to the other side. Steven to Bias from Goldison, unable to connect. Now they bring it down for Steven Oli Bias, not a decent first touch. So does the second, and now counter-attack for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It's number 17, Kojabat, unable to find a teammate on the left side.
It's been quite erratic in the midfield. There hasn't been a strong force that controls the pace of the game. With one Taguig not connecting between the midfields and the strikers, and Medjola getting those second balls and interceptions, but not able to hold it and keep it to form a convincing attack that can threaten one Taguig.
So looking to start something out here for one Taguig FC. 23 minutes in to this game, and we're past scoring time for one Taguig in their last fixture. Goldison goes down. Aspiras trying to win the ball, unable to do so. Obi takes it back to Embida, who's the goal scorer of the last game against Tuloy FC. Ryan Lim cleared away for a throw. One Taguig remains in the attack. But if you're Valenzuela PB Mendiola, if you're seeing this, almost halfway point of the first half, and you're still level against one Taguig FC, who's at the top of the league so far, it's a welcoming sign for your side.
They are playing aggressive, and the very least not letting any one Taguig player turn when they receive the ball from the mid to the attacking third.
Oli Bias finding Reichelt on the counter, a chance for an opener, but unable to find the target as he shaves that away from the right post. But it's coming closer now for one Taguig.
Oli Bias finding that slight small gap. Patrick Reichelt with a quick turn, but the size and the presence of goalkeeper Poralayar was just proved too large for Patrick Reichelt to slot the ball behind goal.
They have a corner here, one Taguig. Omaeso once again to take it. Looking for the middle for the header of Aspiras. Another punch away by Poralayar. Unable to go for the turn. Azad Nuran for Valenzuela PB. Obi almost going down. Finding Kojabad on the right side. Through pass. Not connecting with the number 14, Felicia, who's on the counter. Now one Taguig on the left side with Ryan Lim to Goldison. Trying to slow down the pace as Mendiola seems to be enjoying the fast-paced action in the counter.
What an opportunity that was, just grazed across the goal after the header from Ham, but still no goal. Almost 26 minutes in this game.
Throw in for one Taguig. They take it back to Briseño. Just easing themselves into this match. We're well past that. Feeding each other out starts up until 15 minutes, so it's time to move forward, and that's what one Taguig is doing on the left side with Oli Bias. Good pass, Reichel to open the scoring. Poralayar once again building that wall in front of the goal and not allowing it to go in.
No matter how beautiful those passings are, if that final shot towards the goal won't go in, what a save by Poralayar that is. See that long ball, great space behind the defenders, but still Poralayar again with his size and presence in the middle. Reichelt just can't get past him.
That gives a shade of Iker Casillas' save on the 2010 World Cup final against Netherlands. But they have a chance here once again, one Taguig, but it's been cleared by Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Oli Bias starting that counter once again. On the right side they go for Omaiso. Aspiras looking for the turn but takes it back to Ichiro Aoki. Now they dispossess one Taguig. Obi on the right side. Feeling that a change is coming though for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Will they pay for this later on? We'll see. Moving forward now is Valenzuela PB Mendiola. That was Dennis Aranas, but he was caught by the offside flag, and this is the substitution that we're talking about. It's too early to call for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, but Salar Kojabad is checking out, and it's Jae Hong Song who will replace him. Question is it a tactical change or a physical change? Because for one, we're not seeing Kojabad injured. So it might just be a tactical change for Jake Kuaikong because he can see that there's pockets of space up front. But they'll have to wait as Reichel threatening once again on the counter.
I think this is more of a tactical change because a while ago, Salar Kojabad was a point target person for the counter attacks, but looks like Jaehon Song can control the ball more and give those fresh legs even at the early on in this first half to put that pressure on One Taguig. And I think this can be effective because One Taguig has been losing the ball quite a bit in the middle, so that's one thing that Mendiola can capitalize on. Those quick transitions from the middle.
If this substitution plays well for Coach Jake Waikong, it's a tactical change that really does a lot for Valenzuela Mendiola, because Kojabad was having quite a game but is also having difficulties in keeping the ball in play for their side. If Jae Hong Song could do the opposite, chances are they could take some precious points away from One Taguig. Let's hope it's not too early to call for Mendiola.
30 minutes in, and still, while One Taguig is holding the possession, they have yet to score, but they have an opportunity now from the left side.
Right.
That was too much of a heavy touch.
Ryan Lim was freed up on the left side of the field, but had quite some touch there. They had an opportunity, or they have another opportunity here because they win themselves another corner. Oli Bias will be taking this from this left side of the field.
They have been hitting the far post, so I think One Taguig will still load up on that far post.
There it goes again. This time Puralaya are not needed as it's been headed out. Aspiras sends it out wide for a goal kick, but the confidence is mounting on the side of One Taguig, especially on their young players with Aspiras, with Bias, with these players. Ryan Lim having confidence right now to take a shot even from long range. That really goes the long way for One Taguig, especially for the young guns.
Well, yeah, of course, because since now the momentum is still on Poralayar's side, considering that he stopped a lot of opportunities.
Reichelt goes down. Play continues for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They move on the counter attack and finding Dennis on the left side. Dennis with a shot that goes straight to the gloves of Henry Bandeken Fong.
Still trying to make their opportunities despite being dominated in possession by One Taguig.
It's one thing to fight whenever you feel like there's nothing to lose. And One Taguig, they cannot lose precious points here against Valenzuela PB Mendiola as Ichiro Aoki has been caught by the offside flag.
Even though One Taguig has been making those attacks, we've been mentioning over and over again that they've been losing the ball quite a lot in the middle. And this is something that they have to fix because Mendiola has been putting 5 or 6 people on the defensive line. So they have to keep that ball and make those combinations to break through. Otherwise, whenever they lose the ball, it's just easy for the opposition to make a counter attack, considering they've been doing that the rest of the for so far in this game.
Again, Valenzuela PB Mendiola getting the possession after that foul from Briseño. Was a strong challenge at the back of Aranas. So it'll be a free kick for Victor Felicia and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Send it forward. Henry Bandegenfong gets to it, and also asking quite some words on Steven there. Now Ichiro. Good coverage again for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, applying the pressure and forcing them to commit those mistakes, because they know they've been committing plenty of those mistakes in midfield. Good tackle by Jaeon Song.
Losing the ball again in the middle. They have to be more decisive if they want to get that first goal. On the other hand, Mendiola has been very aggressive in defense, that they're not letting the ball reach their defensive third.
Olivias now on the right side, looking for the cross. Player goes down. Oh, quickly cleared away by, I think it was Mbida who cleared that ball. He saw his teammate slip, and he covers that pocket of space. Right now, Taguig FC still trying to find those gaps to operate in.
They have quite the space because 6 people are sitting at the back for Mendiola. Only 3 or 4 are occupying the middle space. A lot of the attackers of Taguig are just waiting with that defensive line. They could still get through those gaps and look for the spaces to catch the opposition or Mendiola off guard.
Clearance once again from Valenzuela PB Mendiola. I'm not sure I'm ready to say this, but it's looking like Valenzuela PB Mendiola's operating an unorthodox formation of a 6-2-2 out here, with 6 on the final third. Just 2 in midfield and 2 up front. Puralayar being pressured out here again, and they cleared the ball out for another corner.
Although they got to stop that attack from the right side. See here, cut back to Reichel. Just did not get the touch that he wanted. Fell on the ball, but the clearance from the defenders of Mendiola just gave them another opportunity for a chance at goal from the corner.
So Maiso will be taking this corner once again. Referee Jesus Abogado just keeping the order inside the box. Now Maiso sets up for the corner. Punched away by Puralayar once again, and a free kick in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola after Steven was adjudged for an elbow.
Warning given. He has to watch out now because earlier in the previous game, 3 strikes and you get the card. Maybe the referee at this time around won't have that much patience to let you go.
And knowing Jesus Abogado, who's on the whistle out here in the middle of the field, he's quite lenient, but at times he's too strict as well for the game.
There's no middle ground for him.
There's no middle ground for him. Either I'm lenient or you get a yellow card. What a touch. What a touch that was. And sending it forward for Song as well. It's Mbida, a great touch. And able to make something out of it. As the ball goes back to the side of Taguig FC, just 10 minutes or under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. And so far, Valenzuela, PB Mendiola holding that defensive ball up high and real well. And why do we say up high? That's because of it. They have another offside with that offside trap.
6 people, but I mean, Taguig should take advantage of the space that Mendiola is giving them. With what they're doing, having 6 or 5 people at the back, they are expecting the long balls to go over them and just try to outsprint the strikers of Taguig, but they are just leaving 3 people in the middle, which Taguig could capitalize on. Operate more combination passes and eventually, use that space to break down the defense. But so far, they have not, taken advantage of this gift Mendiola has been giving.
But I'm liking this from Mendiola because not only do they stay compact in defense, but whenever they have the chance to move forward, they also try to slide forward as fast as they can in order to give those options for the passes up front. Just so happened that TAGUIG is more clinical in terms of the defense and the passing that they're doing, with Olibias looking for that through ball for Casemiro, but it's been intercepted once again. Soberano with the interception. Song moves forward for the number 18, Aranas, who stops. Felicia sends the ball forward for Song, but it's been cleared away by Mahmoud Ali.
And it was indeed a strategic change for Mendiola to put Song on top because, for a lack of better term, makulit siya. And he has the speed and the aggression to keep the ball in front of him.
There's the run of play once again for TAGUIG. The through ball coming in from Patrick Reichelt, but the size of the number 29, Peremoe, is too much for Omaiso to handle. The play continues for TAGUIG with this throw-in. Omaiso sends it forward for Reichelt, cleared away by Peremoe. Obi with the cleanup. Now, Bias have to take it back to Steven Omaiso on the turn, quite late on that first touch as well. Good tackle, but the ball goes back to the side of TAGUIG. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Bias trying to operate in midfield, still covered well. Even Song is helping out in defense for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Look at that shape for Mendiola. A high line, but they're able to get it. Johan Embida gets the ball away. Goldison figured out the offside trap being implemented by Valenzuela PB, but Johan Embida was alert for the run and was able to intercept the pass.
Wasn't able to get the touch that he wanted to kill the ball. The ball just bounced higher than he anticipated to, not getting the opportunity to strike at goal.
Soberano now with the throw-in. Song unable to get a touch, and Steven takes it back to Mahmoud Ali and all the way back to Henry Bandegen Fong. Quite an action so far in the first half out here, Jed. Valenzuela PB Mendiola staying level for 40 minutes against TAGUIG FC, who's been on a tear with 66 goals scored so far in the tournament, the most of any team. Reichelt is caught by the offside flag again.
I think the pass was just a little bit late. He saw that Patrick Reichelt was making that C run, but it was just a tad late that caught Reichelt offside. Still a great opportunity. They are looking for those spaces. They are able to get passes through. Just the timing and the quality to eventually get that goal is missing.
TAGUIG still trying to figure out the second round version of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. On the other side, TAGUIG might have been read well by Valenzuela PB Mendiola, as they still having difficulties in finding that gap and scoring that goal. Ryan Lim on the left side, freed up by Olibias. Olibias now on his turn to move up. Goes past Obi. Cross inside for Goldison. Unable to connect. Ichiro couldn't get a touch as well. Cleared out by Mendiola. Goldison back to Omaiso. Now Ichiro Aoki back to Omaiso. Man for man in the middle. And then the high line coming in from Valenzuela PB Mendiola out here.
The strikers or the attackers of TAGUIG are just waiting for the ball to come to them, or waiting for the ball to go out wide before they make their run. So that's wasted opportunity. They could make those runs, create those spaces so that they could penetrate. But maybe it's frustration creeping in because 42 minutes in and it's still scoreless between two teams from opposite sides of the table.
One Taguig expected to take the early lead against Valenzuela PB Mendiola, given the position they're in at the top of the table. And again, as we've pointed out, One Taguig FC with the most goals scored so far in the tournament with 66. Mendiola with the most goals conceded in the tournament with 90 goals conceded.
But this game shows otherwise, because so far, you know, we have an attack from Mendiola, who tries to score.
Oh, almost a score there from, I think that was Mbida who took that strike from distance. You can count that on a shot count, but if it went in, my oh my, what a shocker that would be. But on the other side, Goldison still unable to make something out of it.
For sure, that shocked the side of One Taguig, even the bench, because from way out he tries and it looked promising. It just stopped right in front of the goal and veered towards the right side, but you know, that's still a clear chance, and it shows the vulnerability of One Taguig on defense.
That was actually Peremoe who took that strike. So he's been doing well in defense against One Taguig FC, and if he finds that opportunity, because if you look into the other side right now, Jet, Henry Bandeganfong's playing well outside of his box.
I think Mendiola is looking at that, and you know, maybe they can make something out of it, trying to kick the ball up early so they can put the pressure on the attacking third. Although they're playing defensively, they are keeping the line high, keeping it on the center half for the defenders.
Well, they know that One Taguig FC is going to throw everything at them and sending every man forward and allow Henry Bandeganfong to loiter out of his box. And if they have that opportunity to catch him off guard, they will take that, because that might just be a goal-scoring opportunity for them. Well, on the other side, Aspiras goes down. Play continues as Mendiola on the counter-attack with Mbida on the left, looking for the pass to the middle, but unable to connect with the number 18, Aranas. Fans here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium are being treated to a very different second round fixture between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and One Taguig FC from the first round encounter.
Almost the end of the first half, it's still goalless. It goes to show how the defense of Mendiola is working and how the offense of One Taguig has not been taking those chances or creating better opportunities for themselves.
We're 3 minutes away from the end of the first half with this stoppage time. If you're Valenzuela PB Mendiola and you get across those last 3 minutes, it'll be a welcoming development for your side, as you have conceded at this stage of the game last round. They've already conceded, I believe they've already conceded 3 goals. Yeah, they already conceded 4 goals actually, or 5 goals in the first round fixture after 45 minutes. And keeping it blank by the end of the first half really shows some character development for the side of Jake Huaycong and Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
For both ends, there will definitely be a lot of changes during the halftime, a lot of tactical discussions, maybe also tactical changes. But this is a result that both teams might not be expecting at the end of the first half.
Still have 2 minutes of the first half out here, Jet, and One Taguig on the attack, looking to go to the break with the lead. Goldison waiting for the ball to bounce. It's been taken away once more by Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Hoofed forward mistakenly, and now chance for Aranas on the counter. Stops. Omaiso is there, covering well. Aranas has been dispossessed. It's close, but not close enough for the number 18.
Another treat for the fans here, expecting an attack from Mendiola, which could have, you know, ended well if not for the defensive brilliance of One Taguig.
Jaysean Soberano with 1 minute remaining in the first half. You could feel the intensity, the frustration on the bench of One Taguig FC. The assistant coach, Darren Hartman, is quite frustrated that One Taguig FC is not doing well against Valenzuela PB Mendiola, as we're down to the final 40 seconds of the first half and it's still scoreless. And this goes in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
They'll definitely go into the dressing room with frustration. A lot of exchanges and changes need to be done. On the other hand, Mendiola will continue to have this momentum and, you know, mindset that kaya natin. We can't keep them at bay, and we can't even, you know, make opportunities to even score. Just like one more attack that they can't show for in this first half, which ends on an offside, unfortunately.
Almost, but that is it. 45 minutes is up, and I can see a couple of standing ovation for Valenzuela PB Mendiola and One Taguig FC, but more of it going to the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola as they send themselves into halftime scoreless, but heads held high against One Taguig FC. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, it's halftime stats, analysis, and highlights on the match between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and One Taguig FC here, the second round of the Philippines Football League. 45 minutes done here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium, and yes, the screens are not fooling you. Valenzuela PB Mendiola nil, 1 Taguig FC nil at halftime. At this point of the game in the first pick, Taguig FC already has a 5-0 advantage, but so far it's been scoreless, Jed, and it's been end-to-end. Go mouth.
Yeah, definitely. One Taguig has a lot of opportunities to, create those chances and score. But then Valenzuela having a very strong defensive Mendiola wall, as you say. They have been catching One Taguig out of sides here. Patrick Reichel just missed the goal by quite some time being pressured. Here was when the ball just grazed across the goal. But as I've mentioned a while ago, they have been losing the ball a lot in the middle, so they haven't been that effective in their attack. They to do that. On the other hand, Valenzuela had taken their chances just like this one, which gave a lot of us a heart attack. We almost thought it was already going to go, but they do take advantage of the chances that they can go and move forward. But let's see what this match has to offer. Although the possession has been one-sided, but the opportunities on pitch, what we really see in front of us, still don't lie.
But break that Mendiola wall in front of them. And if you look into the body language of walking into the pitch after halftime, Ali Puralayar didn't look like he went through hell in the first half. He's still as relaxed as he can be. He's just smiling in the pitch and just try to see the atmosphere amongst Venezuela PB Mendiola. And you can actually feel that they're under the side that's on top of the standings. Meanwhile, if you look into the side of One Taguig FC, more importantly, their edge. You can even hear Coach Darren Hartman on the touchline earlier on, before the end of the first half, that he wants them to move forward and just try to score the goals against them. And so far, we're seeing, looks like they're going to make 3 changes out here for One Taguig FC, and these are their usual starters that are coming in. You have Omai So checking out for Mark Hartman. You have and you have game against the top 6 in the Philippines Football League. So far we have Omai So, who's checked out. We're checking a couple more who's been benched by One Taguig. It looks like Omai So and Ichiro Aoki have been checked out by One Taguig. We're checking for one more player that has been subbed out here. But by the looks of it, it seems like it's Ryan Lim. Although we have to confirm that. It seems like it's Ryan Lim that has been checked out on their side. Ichiro stays on the pitch though. So we'll get confirmation later on as well on the halftime substitutions. On the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, if things aren't broken, they're not actually fixing it, and that's what they're actually doing. They haven't changed anyone on their side, though. They have plenty of people to sub into this game. The only change that they've done was that early substitution on Kojabad, who was replaced by Jae-Yong Song. So those are the confirmations. So it's Marvin Breseño, Omai So, and Ryan Lim checking out for Isaac Gemang, Andres Aldeguer, and Mark Hartman. So the usual starters for One Taguig FC are now on the pitch. Question is, will it be enough to get them this first goal of the game?
We can expect Hartman to take control of that midfield better and provide those passes. Try to just take control and make sure that everything is anchored on him as One Taguig tries to move forward and make those attacks. But definitely these changes, they're not just small changes, they're like actually very significant changes. Hopefully they'll find those conversions early on the second half.
2 changes in attack, 1 change in defense for Coach Arvin J. Suleiman. Song moving forward for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They thought they had a throw in, but it goes to the side of One Taguig FC. Early proceedings here in the second half is going to be interesting for One Taguig given the change and the score line that they have. Again, as we mentioned in the first round, by this time they already have a 5-0 advantage over Mendiola. But it's different. It's really different here in the second round. Andres Aldeguer on the right side, taking on the defense to the middle, intercepted by Azad Nuran. Olibias looking for the cross, try to send it far post for Goldison. Rachel try to head it to Agiemang. Aldeguer gets the ball back. And now it goes all the way back to Mark Hartman, who will provide some stability in midfield unless he commits many of those poor passes. Long ball forward looking for Song, but Steven is there to cover.
Jola is still able to hold One Taguig off at their defensive line. But once they get the ball up, they're not able to transition to attack, which gives One Taguig another opportunity to do something with those loose balls.
Goldison putting the pressure on the number 18 Aranas on the left side, so they win themselves a corner, or rather that was Jason Soberano who was pressured on by Goldison. So free kick for Mark Hartman and One Taguig FC. The designated free kick taker, either left or right side of the field for One Taguig, is in the field now. Delivery from Mark Hartman. Puralayar misjudged it. Chance for Aldeguer. Cleared away once more by Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
That was quite a shock, losing the ball right in front of the goal. Good thing they were able to clear it out.
Ball's not coming down just yet for Mendiola as they were able to clear out that danger. Ichiro on the other side now with Hartman. Long ball forward looking for Goldison, but it goes straight to Puralayar, who has been having quite a game so far against One Taguig. He's been challenged many, many times in the first half. Had a couple of decent saves as well. And the only thing missing, though, is his distribution as this goes all the way up in the air and finding nobody in red shirt as it goes back to Mark Hartman and One Taguig.
As we mentioned early on in this game, Puralayar, if he gives that, if he shows that performance, he might just give their teammates that push or that momentum or that inspiration to show that we can, kaya pa natin. And so far, it's proven effective in the first 45 minutes of this match, keeping One Taguig at bay.
Yohan Embida clearing out the danger for Puralayar earlier on. Mark Hartman with the ball for One Taguig. Short pass for Rachel, brings it back to Goldison, and number 29, Oguafaku, were able to clear the ball out, but at an expense of another corner.
You see that the slight tweaks One Taguig is doing. They are capitalizing more on those gaps in between the defenders. As we have been mentioning a while ago, they have so much space in the middle.
Pass inside, Puralayar misjudged it. Referee says no goal. Goal line clearance from Victor Felicia. One Taguig thought it already went in, but no, says the referee.
Let's see a replay of that cross. Just a missed touch. I don't think it crossed the line, but that was a mistake on Puralayar's side, missing the ball on the catch. But good thing his teammate was there just to keep it out and keep their hopes up in this match.
It was actually Reggie Sulit who cleared the ball out for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Sorry if I'm trying to find the words out here because our World Cuppers are in the building. I believe I see Liv McDaniel and Chandler McDaniel in the building, fresh from their AFC Women's Asian Cup stint in Australia. Back to live action we go here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Ichiro is trying to move forward for one Taguig, but stops for Mark Hartman. Long ball forward once again. They're trying to make use of those passes. The back line, dangerous here as Isaac Agemang challenge from Puralayar, and a foul is committed. Yellow card's gonna come out for the late challenge on Puralayar. He knows he's gonna get that yellow card.
He's been playing great so far, but 2 mistakes now logged on Puralayar's performance. Let's see it again here. The touch is a little bit too heavy. Tries to compensate with that very late tackle. Good thing he didn't get too much of the guy to get a red card. Otherwise, it would have been a different story the next few minutes if he is taken out.
Yeah, it really is going to be a different story, Jed, because there's no other goalkeeper listed for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. So if he gets red carded, that's going to be difficult because they're going to be down to 10 men. And even so, they won't have another goalkeeper there. But Puralayar will get a touch to it. Aldeguer putting on the pressure on Felicia. Aldeguer still keeps the ball in play. Isaac Agemang trying to find a teammate. Now, on the other side, Ichiro was able to clear it out for Olivias. End-to-end stuff. Aldeguer now moving forward on the right. Keeps the ball in play and looking for his teammates.
Taguig is forcing the ball behind the Mendiola line. They're opting for this method instead of trying to do combinations in the middle or at the sides.
Mahmoud Ali haven't had any challenges on the right side so far for Taguig. Goldeson takes it back to Ichiro Aoki. Steven Ong. Now here's Mark Hartman. Forward pass for Isaac Agemang would take a strike. Cleared out once more by Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They take it back to Jay Sean Soberano, who sends a long ball forward, looking for the number 80, Jae Hong Song, or number 18 rather, Demnes Aranas. Those long balls from Jay Sean Soberano shows some shades of the pass of Mendiola, where Aaron Flores was still up front for them. He's like the target man that they have up front, and when Soberano sends a long ball forward, that's the play that they've been doing. So Soberano may still be stuck in the pass, but he still have the other personnel to help out as Taguig has been judged for an offside.
We've been seeing over and over again, Taguig is opting for that lofted balls to the center, hoping that their strikers are tall enough or fast enough to get the ball behind the defenders and try to score the goal, instead of building up in the middle where Mendiola is leaving lots of space for them.
Puralayar sends the long ball out once again from a free kick. Agyemang with the header in, but Song has fallen to the ground, so Obi will not connect with Song. Diaz finds Hartman. Long ball forward once again, trying to make use of that run is Agyemang, but Embida is there to cover for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. If I'm not mistaken, this is the most minutes in the season so far that Valenzuela PB Mendiola has kept a clean sheet against any clubs in the top 6.
At least this is the top club currently in the standings. So it must be, you know, they might see it as a good sign from the bench that they're able to hold it this far, and I think they're praying that they continue to have this result or something better. You know, they are holding well in the defense, just not on the offensive side, but at least keeping or not dropping points for the loss is positive for them.
Hartman with the pass. That was an outside of the boot pass for Ichiro, but still the run was too early and it was caught offside.
At least both teams are a little bit more calm at this time, at this point, that they're not, you know, it's not as heated or physical as we expected for this match, considering that Mendiola is an aggressive team.
Couple of substitutions right now for Mendiola. You have Youngmin Park and Hyun Ho coming in. Azad Noran will be checking out for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. So Hyun Ho Kyo and Youngmin Park is checking in.
Azad Noran is replaced by player number 66, Park Youngmin.
There seems to be a confusion here for the substitutes. Or they're holding off the substitute for now. I think that seems to be the case.
Yeah. That was also one of the rule changes I believe that FIFA has implemented. Whenever you have a substitution and you have the possession of the ball, for our viewers who might be confused why the substitution didn't take place, as Jesus Abogado is trying to confirm right now with the fourth official. But one of the rule changes that I believe is being implemented is that if you opt for a substitution, you have a chance to delay it for one more dead ball if you want to. And that's what Valenzuela PB Mendiola is doing right now. They're on the attacking phase, so they will be holding off on the substitution.
A last hurrah for the players who are going out. Maybe they can do something before they check out of this game. They are still on the attack and still has the chance to make a play. That quick play was snuffed out right away.
We're trying to get confirmation why the substitution has been canceled. It seems like it's being delayed by the first referee. They're trying to see why, but Jesus Abogado has the whistle and he has the final call on everything that's been happening inside the field. Question is, if it's a substitution case, might have just delayed a bit of momentum for Valenzuela PB if, say for example, Hyun Ho Kong really wants to make an impact in this game. We go back to the action as Olivias finds Mark Hartman at the back, who sends it forward looking for Aldeguer on the right side. Good clearance out here for the number 21, John Tirado. Olivias now on the counter, finds Aldeguer on the right side. Aldeguer couldn't get past the number 14, Felicia. Agyemang to Aspiras. Back to Agyemang they go. Hartman. Once again to Olivias, who's being challenged well by the number 18. Bias with a cross. Hartman mishit. But a deflection from a Mendiola FC player, and it's out for a corner. Now here's the substitution for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Let's see again this attack. Just slithers through 3 defenders for that cross, but just didn't get the touch that he wanted.
Change in the previous announced substitution for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It will be 29, Divine Uwafaku, who will be replaced by player number 66, Park Youngmin.
So I think everybody wearing green, and we're talking about the officials right now, we're confused with the substitutions that they're making. Here's the delivery from one Tagig on the corner. We'll clarify the substitutions for you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, as we're also confused on what's happening on the pitch. But by the looks of it, Youngmin Park and Yeon Ho Kyung is checking in for Azad Nuran and number 29, Ogwa Fakul. And Obi stays, I think. Sorry about that. There was a chance for one Taguig, but it goes out for a goal kick.
I was counting the players of Valenzuela PB just to make sure they're 11 still on the pitch without confusion, and I think they are.
Yeah, because they're confusing us a lot right now with the substitution changes. So we thought it was Azad Nuran who was checking out earlier, but turns out it was actually Ogwo Fakpu and Obi who was checked out for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. So a couple of players at the back for Jake Kuaikong has been replaced. Will that change the momentum here for Mendiola as Jay Sean Soberano clears it out for a corner?
Taguig now trying to bring the pressure to Mendiola. They have yet another corner to capitalize. They have been hitting the second or the farther post with their height advantage. Let's see if they do that again.
Corner punched away by Puralayar once again. We're past the hour mark and one Taguig FC still trying to find that first goal of the match.
And if you're one Taguig, you need those 3 points to secure your spot at the top of the table, because again, the other teams who are in the top 4 or top 5 still have lots of games to play, but they have a chance here in front.
Oh, Goldison missed that golden opportunity. You're talking about the top 4 earlier, Jed. Jordan Jarvis from Manila Digger FC is still here in the Rizal Memorial Stadium, and he celebrated that miss from Goldison.
Just skies that right in front of the goal. Even the defender of Valenzuela PB was shocked that it went over.
It felt like it was going in with so much power from the strike of Goldison. He skies it and sends it out for a goal kick.
I think he was excited to get that strike or that ball in.
Minsan yung gigil yung nagpapalakas lalo ng sipa, pero yun din yung nagpapataas ng sipa. And think about it, this game has been going on for an hour now. You're one Taguig FC at the top of the standings, and you're going up against the side that is on the opposite end of the standings with the most goals conceded in the tournament. So it goes to show that the defense has improved a lot for this game for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and the attack has been lacking for one Taguig.
That must have been very frustrating for Goldison, missing the ball in front of the goal like that in a game like this.
It might just be what one Taguig FC needs in this game. Someone who could inject so much excitement to the attack. BS with the pass to Agemang. Covered well by Young.
Very aggressive in the defense, not letting one Taguig turn.
Punched away again by Puralayar. Sulit sending a ball forward to the left side. Great control out there from Aranas, who stops. Thought about the next move. Tirado past Aldeguer. But couldn't connect with the number 18, Aranas. Aranas wanted that pass to have more punch into it. Just lacking. Felicia.
2 balls on the pitch.
Play quite delayed for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And things are getting feisty out here as Soberano didn't like what Agemang has done. Good for him, and didn't get a yellow card for retaliation on that one. Hardman now sending a long ball forward for Reichelt, but Puralayar is there once again. Didn't like that contact, or so we thought.
I think he's trying to keep his head cool because he already has a yellow card on him.
We thought about thought about retaliating but said, I have a yellow card. Dangerous.
Wag na, wag na.
Wag na. Hartman with the ball, sending forward for Goldison on the left side.
Beautiful balls from Hartman in the second half.
Aldeguer with a shot on goal, but it's not going to count as it's offside, says the referee. And guess who's celebrating it? If only we could have someone on the camera find Jordan Jarvis right now celebrating all of the mishaps of TAGUIG FC.
Let's see. You could argue that that was offside, considering the current regulations that we have. His shoulder was ahead of the defender before the kick. Crucial, crucial decision by the referees. Could have been the first goal of this game. But again, 66 minutes has passed and it has been goalless still.
Naranyas.
Hard tackle.
Then on the live action, another foul on the other side for Hartman. So a free kick for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It will force Coach Arvin J. Soliman to make a couple of substitutions out here as he's not liking what you're seeing.
Valenzuela PB Mendiola has the chance to put people in front, but they opt to bring it back. Try to mix things up on the side.
And now Reichelt on the counter-attack for TAGUIG FC. Trying to take on the number 13, the substitute Kyung. But he was there to cover. And they have a corner to boot for TAGUIG. They have a couple of substitutions to come in later on as well in the next offing.
Great tackle by Kyung to deny Reichelt of that open space opportunity.
So a couple of substitutions. Casemiro and Aoki is checking out for Kurt Dizon and Daisuke Sato. By the way, kudos to Daisuke Sato after quite a while away from the national team. Has been called up for our final game in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers against Tajikistan at the end of the month. Puralayar with the punch once again. There is a deflection from TAGUIG, or rather a Mendiola FC player, so it goes out for a corner.
This is a sight that Mendiola does not want to see.
And if Puralayar is really injured now, who will step up for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, because they don't have another goalkeeper listed on the bench?
Crucial moments. This could shift the momentum from this corner, Hartman corner. Let's see what happened. Puralayar and
I think it was sandwiched by Reichelt and Aguiamang there, but it was also a contact with one of his teammates inside the box. So Puralayar is back up to his feet.
he has been complaining about that right arm, right shoulder.
Tirado is up as well, Jed. So they will power through the pain.
And for those fans who are, or viewers who are watching, whenever a player goes down and the game is stopped and you're treated by a medic, you have to go out and have it treated. But in this case, it's a goalkeeper. The game cannot be resumed because there's only one goalkeeper for each team. And obviously you cannot stop the game, you cannot continue the game without a goalkeeper. That's too much of a disadvantage for one team. So sometimes this is a tactic that some teams use to prolong the game, but during the current or the more recent rules in football, they just add that the stoppage time. So it's not much, it cannot prove too effective if it's used as a delaying tactic or strategy.
Yun yung naging maganda sa rule changes na yun. No? Yung pag may injury or any stoppage in play inside the field, whatever stoppage it is, be it a card, injury, or whatnot, it's being added on to the stoppage time. In the past, you could take so much time off the clock and you only have like 2 or 3 minutes added on at the end of it. Swerte na kung ma-extend pa. But this time, I mean, I think it was a suggestion by a legendary referee as well. I think that was Pierre Luigi, I think, who suggested it.
They wanted to promote more gameplay, the game to be played more, and it's now normal to see 7, 8, 9 minutes of added time for football matches.
And with that, Mendiola now trying to move forward on their side after Taguig FC missed the opportunity from the corner. Oli Bias spreading it out wide for Mark Hartman on the right side. But great coverage once again by the number 18, Arañas.
Ball just came out. They now have 20 minutes to do something, Taguig, if they want to extend their lead at the top of the table.
Kurt Dizon on the other side brings it down to Sato with a long ball forward, headed in. Aguiemang punched away again. Aldeguer sends it out. And once again, Taguig FC waiting for that first goal to come.
Let's see the replay of that, the second effort of Poralayo after committing to that first ball. See, he jumps for the first time and rushes for that second save. The effort that he's putting to keep this team alive in this match is superb.
I really love how I can see Jordan Jarvis right here from my vantage point, Jed, because like what I said, he's from Manila Digger FC, and every time Puralayo makes a save, he celebrates like it's his own teammate, because why not? They're battling for top spot against Taguig FC, and they're playing catch-up as well in their games in the Philippines Football League. So it's so fun to watch the reactions of Jordan Jarvis out here.
And for those who are watching, before this match ends, as of now, they are both, if I'm not mistaken, they both have played equal matches. And as of the standings after the first match a while ago, even though they have both equal matches played, Taguig is still up by a few points.
They're going to be behind Taguig FC with 3 points in level on matches played. Aguiemang right now, though, on the counter, slipping. Aspiras takes it back to Sato. Kurt Dizon on the left against Soberano. Song helping out. And Dizon with a cross, headed in by Reichelt. Touch, says the referee, and it's going to be a corner. Going back to your point, Jed, Manila Digger FC has played their 14th game of the season, so that brings them up to 36 points. Taguig FC, on the other hand, on their 15th game of the season, on 39 points or 40 points, so they're going to be 4 points away. Still 4 points away, Jed, after Daisuke Sato missed the header.
So that's how close the competition is for the top spot, and that's why we could see some players from Manila Digger are celebrating. You know, that's competition for you, and again, every point in this league matters. And 74 minutes in and still goalless or scoreless, and that speaks positively for Valenzuela PB Menjola for keeping it at bay. But no, there's a lot of improvement needed on Taguig's end if they want to extend their lead.
Taguig now with the ball for Diego Aspiras, who switched the play to the left side for Sato. Sending a long ball forward for Reichelt. Puralayo with a save once again.
Keeps it out. What a performance. Definitely a man to watch for, a player to watch for this team.
Outstretched, outnumbered inside the box, and Puralayo was able to clear that ball out. Let's take a look at this one again, Jed.
Reichelt with a header, just over lobbing, but he saves it. Does not let it get through those lines. A fingertip save.
So close. If we have like goal line technology out there, it seems like half of the ball is already inside the line and half of it is outside. And Puralayo was the difference.
What an incredible save. Great save. Wala akong masabi.
Wala na talaga tayo masasabi. Even Coach Darren Hartman is losing things to say to One Taguig FC. He's trying to put them into the middle, trying to move them on the right, trying to move them on the left, but nothing's working so far. They only have 15 minutes remaining, and they might have more time in it because Puralayer is injured. And question remains, are they going to use somebody from the bench as a substitute goalkeeper?
This was the goal that was not called because of offside. And again, this header, although it looked offside, it was not, because we could see the defender drop back a little bit before the header. But nevertheless, that great save kept the scoreline 0-0. But what's going to happen here if the goalkeeper is going to be stretchered out? What's the decision of the coaching staff of Valenzuela PB Menjola?
Here it is. Referee Jesus Abogado is now talking to the coaches of Valenzuela PB Menjola. Even the coaching staff of One Taguig FC is quite livid because they're giving plenty of time for Puralayer to get assistance out here. Make no mistake, we focus on the safety and the wellness of the goalkeepers. With the new rule changes, we have Puralayer who's been stretchered off the field. Nobody's in the middle of the sticks right now for Valenzuela PB Menjola. They can't play this without a goalkeeper for sure.
So it's either they're waiting for a save to come in, for a substitute to come in, or someone from the field will have to change right away. But again, as you mentioned a while ago, on paper, they don't have another goalkeeper listed. So this will definitely be a big change or a momentum shift in this match.
I'm trying to figure out what they are talking about on the pitch, because right now it looks like the coaching staff of One Taguig FC or Valenzuela PB Menjola is asking their players to come off the field because they don't have a goalkeeper. On the other side, with One Taguig FC, the management of One Taguig FC is asking, why do they have to forfeit, or why do they have to step out of the field if they don't have a goalkeeper, if they still have people on the bench? You still have defenders or midfielders out here. We've seen it before, that there were midfielders or defenders who took the goalkeeper spot. Harry Kane used to be a goalkeeper for Tottenham when their goalkeeper was red carded. I believe Ali Borromeo used to goalkeeper for KFC in the past when Saba Garmarudi is injured back in the olden days of club football in the Philippines. So what's stopping Valenzuela PB Menjola right now to put in a substitute goalkeeper from somebody who's playing in field?
Now let's try to flip the situation. What if One Taguig had a goalkeeper who could not play? Even if they have a goalkeeper on the bench, I'm sure it will be either just subbed out or someone from the field will change kits. It's just because of the situation that Valenzuela PB Menjola does not have a goalkeeper. I don't think that should change the narrative here. They still have players on the bench and players on the field who could change as a goalkeeper.
Exactly. And say, for example, in the event that somebody gets red carded and it's the goalkeeper, most of the time you see an infield player taking that goalkeeper jersey and stepping in between the sticks.
Exactly.
Again, the question lies for Valenzuela PB Menjola, what's stopping them from finding somebody from the bench or even somebody on the field to take that jersey from Ali Puralayer and play the game? I think we just got our questions answered, because Ali Puralayer, against all odds, is back in the game.
I think that was their strategy all along, because they can't have anyone. Exactly, and he gets red carded for a second yellow card because he was being treated and tried to come on the pitch. So instead of getting a free sub for their team, now they have to play with 10 men. So that's the dilemma that the coaching staff is facing now. If they could have taken him out a while ago, they would still be playing with 11 players on the pitch,
Exactly.
even without a regular goalkeeper.
That makes it more difficult for Valenzuela PB Mendiola now that they are down to 10 men. This is what we are talking about. Now, Ali Puralayar gets his second yellow card for coming on to the field while getting treated because his team is asking him to get back on the field and play the game. Ali Puralayar, though, is red carded now and is out of the game. And Valenzuela PB Mendiola still doesn't have a replacement goalkeeper.
The question is, who will replace Ali Puralayar?
You can't see anybody taking the jersey of Ali out here. Now he takes it off. Question is, who will take it from him?
This is too long a delay for this match, but definitely we'll see the extension or the added time be at least 7 or 8 minutes.
Oh, it's going to take more than that because we're still not seeing anybody in the middle of the sticks for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Let's see who this bib is going to be given to.
That's the alternative for Valenzuela PB Mendiola because they don't have a backup jersey for the goalkeeper. They don't have their substitute keeper. They don't have a backup jersey out here. They might face more implications because Ali Puralayar is trying to step on the field whilst red carded. Cannot get back into the game, and it looks like Jason Soberano is taking the gloves from Ali Puralayar. They will play the game with 10 men, a center back down, and a goalkeeper down.
This is the shift or that a tipping point in this game that might just change the results. But still, the game is at 0-0. Anything can still happen. You know, some of those players who have been subbed as goalkeepers in the event that they needed it still performed very well and shocked everyone, so we'll never know.
I'm predicting 10 minutes of added time out here because of those commotions. But right now, TAGUIG FC with a chance, headed out. Hartman takes the ball, Aldeguer. Now Sato looking for the cross, blocked by Felicia. Hartman against Embida, and Embida wins it for Valenzuela PB Mendiola momentarily as it goes back to TAGUIG. If you think this scoreline is crazy, try to rewind a bit and see crazier stuff happening with Ali Puralayar and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Counter-attack though for Valenzuela PB Mendiola with Arañas just unable to get the ball away from Stephen Ong.
With a few minutes of stoppage a while ago, while Ali was being treated outside, you'll see that a lot of them got a breather and probably got rested a bit, so they have more energy to continue with the last few minutes here.
So Jason Soberano thought a goal is coming into his goal mouth, but he's gonna have to wait for a challenge. We're waiting as well if he has some goalkeeping skills in him.
You'll never know. We haven't seen him play there. We haven't seen their training, so I don't know. Kahit ano, pwede mangyari dito.
Look at that distribution though from Soberano. Well, he's a defender. He's used to sending long balls forward. Olivias being pressured here. Heading it back to Fong. Fong holds it. 6 minutes remaining and stoppage. Now, chance for a counter. Felicia on the right. Player goes down. Play continues for TAGUIG on the counter attack. Chance here. Kurt Dizon covered well by the number 13, Kyung. And still
dispossessed easily.
Good clearance once again. That was number 80, Jaeong Song.
Early substitute from the first half is still making his presence known.
Chance, and finally, Agyemang, no! Offside once again! No goal, says the referee, and everybody in the Rizal Memorial Stadium celebrates as they want to see a clean sheet for Valenzuela PB Mendiola at least once in their lives.
Let's see that again. Before the header, I don't know if he checked the line from the linesman's view, but very crucial decision. I don't know. I couldn't tell because if we were, I don't know if we could have had a view from the linesman. A very fine margin there.
Breaks of the game, keeping us level at 0-0 with 85 minutes of action in.
You know, one Taguig, aside from pressure building up on their end because of the 0-0 scoreline, despite not having a goalkeeper on the opposition.
Chance here for Aguemang, blocked again by the defense. Sorry to cut you out, Jed. Another chance here. Hartman takes a strike. I think there was a touch. No, there wasn't. It's going to be a goal kick for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola.
The scenes in today's game. Let's see that again. Did not get the space that he needed for that clear shot, but let's see this shot here. Just goes over the crossbar. Touches the crossbar, I think. But still a clean sheet for both goalkeepers of Mendiola.
If it didn't touch the crossbar though, Soberano might have gotten the touch to it. Olivia sends it forward. Azad Noran. Clearance, foul committed by one Taguig, or rather Valenzuela PB Mendiola on the counter now. One Taguig. Mark Hartman, he loves to take a strike from distance, knowing that there's a short goalkeeper in between the sticks. Play continues. Advantage. Kurt Dizon with the cross. Looking for Aldeguer on the other side. Goes past Aldeguer. Diaz, another long ball forward, headed away. Sato, another cross, another clearance from the back line of Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. And it's gonna be a throw-in for one Taguig.
One Taguig just dropping a lot of balls in front, hoping that one of their players could get either the first ball straight to the goal, or if you know, the ball finds loose, second ball right in front of the goalpost. What a
Soberano with a save! Another save! Two saves from Jason Soberano! My, oh my! Absolute cinema so far. Another chance here. Aldeguer goes, or rather, Aspiras goes down. Reichel challenging. Deflection out for a goal kick in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And fans are losing their minds out here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
That's exactly what we've been talking about. We haven't seen his skills between the sticks, but we see it here, a double save. I don't know if it's luck or skill, but either way, he keeps the scoreline between 0-0 for both teams.
Sometimes, if the football gods favor you, the football gods favor you. And that's exactly the case for Valenzuela PB Mendiola with 2 minutes remaining plus stoppage in this game.
Wow, this match has given us so much for 90 minutes now.
I mean, everybody walking in can't believe it's still 0-0. And we're just 2 minutes away. Clearance. Of course, there's going to be stoppage time. Might be 8, 9, or 10 minutes. We don't know. Might be an entire 15 minutes because of what happened. But let's see. One Taguig moving from the left side with Hartman. Dizon. Covered well. Silence. And the Rizal Memorial Stadium anticipating as another clearance is on for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Was Youngmin Park with a header out.
Now this will be a challenge. A corner which earlier in the game, Ali Puralayar has been, you know, getting his touch, keep it out.
And Soberano get a touch to it as well. And a foul in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Things are getting crazier and crazier by the minute at Rizal Memorial Stadium. Puralayar has been red carded. Soberano checked in, and in a few minutes, was able to get a couple of saves and even punch out a corner from Mark Hartman.
Next game.
My, oh my. 15 minutes of additional time.
Exactly what we were talking about a while ago. The fans here in the stadium giving boos. Maybe they're not yet used to the new rule that every time the ball is stopped or the game is stopped, it will be added. And this is to promote more gameplay and to promote more of the ball to be played. So 15 minutes, I think this is the most I've seen as a football player.
An entire quarter of a match remaining with that added time. Plenty of things to happen here, folks. Don't go away. Hartman with a long ball forward for Agemang, headed out. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola breathes another sigh of relief, but Agemang brought down, foul, says the referee. And if I'm Mendiola, I'll be taking that all day rather than Agemang running through the box.
The defenders of Valenzuela PB Mendiola have been giving an extra effort, having a man down and a goalkeeper or a goalkeeper to protect. It has been paying off so far, but let's see this Hartman delivery into the box. He gets another touch.
Another touch from Jason Soberano. My God, what is happening?
Let's see that again. Hartman's cross. He saves it actually because it came off from a header from TAGUIG.
Oh, another save! Another save from Soberano. Another block. My gosh, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Soberano, even as small as he is, keeping a clean sheet for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Another attack coming in, cleared out. Hartman says, I got this. Hartman controls. Silence once again at the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
You could feel the tension.
Another
cross in.
Nobody there. Shot. Soberano with a save, and he holds on to the ball. Quality from Jason Soberano.
The frustration that TAGUIG must be feeling considering all the circumstances, yet not one goal has been provided in this game. They have to keep their cool, they have to stay composed if they want to proceed with a win. But Valenzuela PB Mendiola has been very aggressive in their defense, even keeping this line intact or the Mendiola wall intact. A lot of the attack of TAGUIG has been going through the middle, but we've seen them kumbaga may puso para hindi palampasin, and they know they don't have a natural goalkeeper behind them, hindi na nila pinapaabot. I think that's teamwork for you.
Never mind the attack. Valenzuela PB Mendiola is not putting any more body up front. They're just trying to protect Jason Soberano, but the team captain, on the other hand, is protecting himself real well as well between the sticks. Let's see if he still can do it. We have 12 minutes remaining in this game because of that lengthy stoppage from that Puralaya red card. And Soberano holds on to the ball to the applause of the crowd here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
Captain of TAGUIG, Reichelt, is saying we have to calm down, kalma lang, we have to stay composed and work slowly but surely towards that goal. We don't have to rush anything. It's just keep those passes coming. And if I were in their team, I would have, I would say the same thing. We have to keep composed, stay on the ball, not let the momentum shift the other way. And just, have those careful passes that will create opportunities, because so far TAGUIG has been bombarding the box with long balls, which, Mendiola can still have a 50-50 chance of clearing out.
Substitution here for Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC. This is what I'm talking about. They don't mind going in attack anymore. They're putting in player number 6, Arturo Gomez, in for the number 77, Amir Azad Nuran. And just for this game, the complexion has changed. In the last game, TAGUIG FC is getting all the applause because they've been going at it against the defending champions or even Stallion Laguna FC. But this time around, the tables have turned. It's Valenzuela PB Mendiola getting the applause, and getting the shaves of the oohs and ahs as well of the crowd because of the missed chances from one Taguig.
Another chance for one Taguig, but they just can't find the back of the net.
And Soberano gets his much needed water break while waiting for, or while taking this goal kick.
They're trying to bleed as much seconds as they can from those small moments, because at this point you cannot add more minutes to the game.
We are just under 10 minutes remaining in this game. And a foul is called in favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and a chance for them to go on the attack.
You know, a curveball in this game could be the Mendiola could score a goal. We never know. You know, sometimes when the odds are very much against you, that's when things happen. You know, that's when miracles happen, and we'll never know. A goalkeeper down, a man down, and still, the match is at 0-0. They still can make it 1-0 in their favor.
Stoppage and play as there's collision between Aspiras, I believe, and another Mendiola FC player.
Unbelievable match so far. I haven't seen a match like this.
We came into
2 years.
We came into this game thinking that it's going to be one-sided. Yes, it is at some points because of one Taguig's barrage of attack, but Valenzuela PB Mendiola has been matching it, and they have a chance as well, just unable to connect on the passing, and now counter-attack. And you can see everybody in red going all the way back. Only two in the attack here. 8 minutes remaining in this game. Hartman moving forward now. Stops. Olibias to Aldeguer. Olibias unable to get the cross in. Cleared out to the grandstand. Everybody really loving this game so far, Jed.
Mendiola is just rushing to get back into defense and try to build that Mendiola wall again, hoping to stop one Taguig's attack, which has been going on ever since the start of the match.
Another clearance for Valenzuela PB Mendiola's Youngmin Park. He was listed as a forward rather, and now playing defense. Even Stallion Laguna FC went out early for their warm-ups to catch some action here. Aldeguer thought about it, gives it back to Bias. Now Hartman, will he take a strike? He will. Low fizzing shot out wide for a goal kick.
Less than 7 minutes remaining and still goalless in this match.
Now Soberano is down, can feel some cramps in him.
Trying to bleed out those seconds, as I've mentioned a while ago, because again, if a goalkeeper is down, you can't continue play, and at this point, you can't add more minutes.
I think the most that they could add is a couple more minutes if they do. And out comes the magic spray. For everybody who's, quite interested with that magic spray and what it does, feeling ko kasi nasprayan na ako niyan dati. Papatigasin niya lang for the time being. So, for the night, you will not feel it. Pero kinabukasan sa sobrang tigas niya, doon siya mas masakit.
It gives you a numbing sensation so that you won't feel the cramps. But since pagod na yung katawan mo, pagod na yung muscle mo, at pinilit mo pa, the following day, you will feel it. It's an I'll deal with it later situation.
I'll take care of what's in front of me, and I'll deal with the injury later on. Card is coming out. Card is coming out. I'm scared. I saw red.
Because they saw red.
Okay, it's a yellow card. Just a yellow card for Mbida. Everybody got scared because red flashed out a bit. Now Hartman to Sato. Long ball forward looking for right shot. Good coverage again from Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and they win themselves another goal kick with less than 6 minutes remaining on the clock.
Once again, just bombarding that goalkeeper box with long balls, hoping that it would deflect against either a teammate of theirs or a defender from Mendiola towards the goal. And I think the past 20 minutes or even 30 minutes they've been doing that, it hasn't been effective, even against a non-natural goalkeeper. But with less than 5 minutes left, they are praying for a miracle so that they can extend the lead.
Para na rin tayo nag-extra time. Sa 15 minutes na dinagdag ng ating referee. Hartman with the ball for 1 Taguig FC. Everybody anticipating if there's going to be a goal here. Not at the moment. Dizon to Bias on the right. To the middle for Aldeguer on the turn. Takes it back to Aspiras but not ready for the pass. Sato though on the left side. Looking up and sending the ball forward. Aguiemang on the bicycle, blocked by his own teammates. And now they clear it out. Soberano said, I got it, but Arturo says, hold on, I got you, bro.
Another chance for 1 Taguig to whip it in.
Header in, not going to the side of the goal mouth as Mendiola clears another ball out.
The Mendiola wall is still standing.
I think we're down to 4 minutes remaining. Yep, 4 minutes remaining in this game. Even I lost count of the time. Long ball forward again. Reichelt with a header to the middle. Bias gives it back to Reichelt with a cross. Good block by the number 21.
Another corner. Let's see what Taguig will do. Can they take advantage of this golden opportunity? I say golden because they have been getting a lot, but the corner gives them an advantage in terms of height.
Aldeguer blocked again by Mendiola. Oli Bias doesn't take the long-range effort. Daisuke Sato covered well, still with Sato. Takes it back to Oli Bias. Almost everybody wearing blue and red on the box or in the box. Reichelt to Aguiemang. Ham with a strike, blocked. Mahmoud Ali. Cross headed away. Aspiras. Dizon fakes. Goes down. Penalty in favor of 1 Taguig. And this might just change the script.
His teammates are down in frustration because they were able to hold up for 102 minutes just to let up a penalty. Let's see that contact again. Too late for the pass, and I think they have been baiting that ever since. Whenever they have the ball inside. What a bad decision to make late into this game. You could see their teammates down in frustration.
You can see our Filipinas, our world covers back here in the Philippines. Liv McDaniel, the wall of the Filipinas here in the building, has been admiring what Valenzuela PB Mendiola has been doing so far in this game up until that late tackle from Reggie Sulit.
Well, you know what? We still have a few minutes for a miracle to happen for either of the teams because, again, a non-natural goalkeeper can still work his miracles here. We're not so sure that Sato will slot this in, but they hope that he scores this because the hopes of 1 Taguig and are on him, hoping that he gets the 3 points for their team.
Kapit mga ka-PFL. We have about a minute remaining and a penalty to take for 1 Taguig FC. It's team captain against team captain, I believe. It will be team captain versus team captain. Daisuke Sato to take this penalty, or rather it was actually Patrick Reichelt to take the penalty. That's the logical thing to do. Your top goal scorer to take the penalty for you. Question is, will he get the nerves to send this out for a goal kick?
I think this is the last attack or last play for this match because the time, as we see, is already on the 105th minute at the end of the 15-minute extra time. This game has been giving us a lot and is still giving us one last opportunity to see a miracle for either of the teams.
Soberano giving the smiles on Patrick Reichelt. Everybody in the Rizal Memorial Stadium booing.
Just pick a side.
Reichelt, just pick a side. And Soberano got a touch, but Patrick Reichel converts that late goal.
Almost a save by Soberano. But the captain for most of the game saw that this is my chance. I have this responsibility to put my team up front. After 105 minutes of relentless attack against the team that has no goalkeeper, one man down, they find it in a penalty to score and get the lead. The scenes here at Rizal Memorial Stadium.
Take a look at Jason Soberano right now, Jed. Most keepers get their heads down if they miss that penalty. But he has his head held high because he knows for a fact he's not a goalkeeper, but he still got a touch to that penalty strike.
That was so close.
Real close. But even as close as it is, Taguig FC with a 1-goal advantage against Valenzuela PB Mendiola, almost at the death, and that will put them up at 42 points ahead of Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo, as well as Manila Digger FC by about 5 or 6 points.
What a stark difference from the 9-0 matchup in their last face-off.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The goal may have went the side of Taguig FC, so does the 3 points. But Valenzuela PB Mendiola surely has won the hearts of many Philippines Football League fans as the game ends a 0-0 in favor of Taguig FC. Your thoughts on the entire match, Jed?
You can see that the captain, or both captains of Taguig's, Jessica Sato and even Reichel, talking to their team because this result is something that they did not expect, given the quality that they have, the players that they have, you know, the system that they have. So there's definitely something that they have to change within their system, within themselves, you know, facing teams at the bottom of the table. And kudos to Valenzuela PB Mendiola for holding up all the way to the last minute, scoreless, despite all odds. And, you know, this is one of the, we did not expect it, but one of the most entertaining matches so far in the PFL this season.
Well, Taguig FC went away with 3 points and extended the lead at the top of the standings. But ladies and gentlemen, please admit it, Valenzuela PB Mendiola won your hearts as they left it all out in the field and just kept the scoreline to 1-0. With everybody here at the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank you all for catching this game. And we hope to see you next time here in the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. We are PFL.
Tough loss here today or tonight. What are your thoughts on the game?
We're on the bottom, so at least we need to finish strong in our last games.
What went well and what went right given the result?
Sorry?
What went well and what went right, given the result?
I think everybody, everybody give their best naman.
Message to the fans.
Hello, thank you for supporting Mendiola. Sana hindi kayo magsawang magsuporta sa amin. We train hard to get the last games.